Merkel has been called a traitor by a crowd of nationalists who booed her for her pro-migrant policies. The incident happened during a visit to a town near Dresden where violent anti-refugee protests had taken place over the weekend. Angela Merkel's come under fire for a previous silence on the issue. Indeed, the hashtag #SilentMerkels emerged on Twitter, mocking the Chancellor's inaction as aggression towards newcomers is growing. Now, while the government's been slammed for inaction, many Germans, meantime, are making sure their views are heard at least. The week started with rival protests in Berlin between, on one side, pro-migrant demonstrators and on the other, nationalists from the anti-Islamic Pegida group. There was also a suspected arson attack. We brought you this story yesterday on a secondary school being used to house refugees. That's just outside Berlin. Let's bring in Dr. Werner Patzer. Now, he's chair of political systems and comparative politics at the Dresden University of Technology, joining us live on the line. Hi there. Is Angela Merkel getting this all wrong? Is she really tackling the migrant crisis all wrong, or is she simply doing the best she can in a very difficult situation? What are your thoughts?
Well, certainly Chancellor Merkel is in a difficult situation, and usually she tries to do her very best. The basic problem is that Germany has taken a very passive stance towards immigration for many years, if not decades, and that now the numbers of immigrants are just overwhelming. We've had more than 400,000 in the last year. We expect some 800,000 this year. The number will not decrease during the next years, presumably. Therefore, many German citizens are afraid of the consequences of this unregulated immigration, and they are angry with top politicians and those responsible for this situation because they feel that the political class is leading Germany in a situation which it can no longer accept. And therefore we have a domestic polarization between those who feel that the current policies could be going on without being changed, and other ones who really want to see a policy change.
Well, on a practical level, Germany just announced something they plans to simplify the asylum application process for people fleeing the Syrian war, at least. Is that going to significantly help the problem?
Well, it will significantly help the problem if the procedures in the course of which the authorities find out whether somebody is entitled to stay in Germany are speeded up. And one way of doing so is to set up a list of countries out of which everybody can come to Germany if he claims to be a refugee. And the complementary action would be to set up a list of countries out of which nobody seems to be entitled to come to Germany. But the follow-up problem would be, or the follow-up challenge would be, to get those persons who are not entitled to stay in Germany out of the country. At present days, some 60% of those who have no right to stay in Germany nevertheless stay in Germany. And therefore, the political elite, our government, has still a lot of work to do.